This is The Download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, June 8th. Besides the fact we shouldn't tell Garfield what day it is. Today, Bumper opens dashboard to all podcasters with free tier. Along with the new free tier and restructured pricing, audience verification tool, the Bumper Score, is now available for all Bumper plans. The free tier includes the most recent 3 months of data and is designed to independent podcasters. The Pro tier costs $50 per month per show and includes full access to Bumper's dashboard analytics suite, while Enterprise costs $500 a month and includes access to 10 podcasts, plus the Bumper MCP server, which lets teams connect AI tools directly to Bumper dashboard data. For more on Bumper Score, catch Dan Meisner's recent episode of Media Roundtable, linked in today's issue. Next up, industry proposals. Two notable posts have appeared recently on the podcasting side of GitHub. First, RSS.com co-founder Alberto Patella has posted a proposal for AI content disclosure in the open RSS feed. His proposal recommends a single interoperable convention for episode-level AI content disclosure using the existing podcast text tag. In addition to the proposal, he has posted a standalone demo of proposed UI patterns showing how these could be implemented in podcast hosting applications. Second, Buzzsprout co-founder Tom Rossi posted a possible approach to improve podcast client identification. The post has generated quite a few replies and spirited debate. James Cridland proposes that if the industry had a reliable way to identify which app is consuming which podcast, there's economic potential in podcast apps charging a per-ad fee in the same manner Apple Podcast HLS currently does with ads inserted into video episodes. Next up, CMA requires Google to let publishers opt out of AI search results. The Competition and Markets Authority, or CMA, not the Country Music Awards, in the UK has released new conduct requirements for Google search. In practice, these requirements will require Google to let publishers opt out of having their content used to power AI features. Google has 9 months to implement the changes and must submit and publish 2 compliance reports 6 months apart during the first year. The CMA says it is committed to implementing further measures if need be to, quote, ensure a fair exchange of value between Google and publishers, end quote. Next up, YouTube overtakes Netflix for daily attention in Australia. According to streaming media measurement company Digital Eye, Australia ranks 8th among 20 international markets for YouTube viewership, with an average of 93 minutes of daily watch time. While YouTube has overtaken Netflix for daily audience attention in the overall Digital Eye report, Australia's YouTube stats show the official Netflix YouTube channel is incredibly popular, scoring the highest reach of any channel on YouTube in 2025 with 78.2 million unique accounts. And for our final top story, the battle for attention, short form isn't killing long form, it's rewriting its job. Short-form content isn't in direct opposition to long-form. Author Kirby Grimes argues they're different aspects of the same wider attention economy, with short-form creating frequency and discovery while long-form builds depth and attachment for viewers. Audiences often aren't thinking in specific runtimes for what they want to watch. They're operating in need states. Sometimes they want a 2-minute clip, sometimes a 10-minute explainer video, sometimes a 2-hour podcast episode, and sometimes a 6-hour marathon of a new TV series. The question is not whether short-form content is cannibalizing views from longer formats. It is whether streaming services, studios, creators, and advertisers can build systems that capture that attention and that 2-minute clip need state and then turn it into deeper engagement and revenue. As for the rest of the news, SoundStack and Paragon are teaming up for part 2 of their webinar series on the new sound of sustaining public radio. Inside WBGO's programmatic revenue launch is slated for Tuesday, June 23rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with WBGO President Stephen Williams, Sprite Media CTO Jeff Schick, Soundstack CPO John Morris, and Paragon CEO Mike Henry. A recording of the first webinar is also up on YouTube and linked in today's issue. Speaking of links, here's a quick roundup of folks reporting back from recent events in London. Both Nova Podcast Network Director Rachel Corbett and Podglomerate SVP of Marketing and Audience Development Joni Deutsch have shared key takeaways from the podcast show London, while Global Director Commercial Joe Copeman shared a global report after South by Southwest London. Forbes contributor Frank Rachopi covers Sounds Profitable research data showing how audio primes are among the podcast industry's most valuable resources. Oxford Road CEO Dan Granger appears in a recent video for The Current discussing how algorithms foster inherently negative speech to upset users, which then generates the engagement that systems love. Pave Studios has partnered with A&E Global Media to launch a slate of 6 new audio podcast adaptations of popular unscripted series. The Podcast Business Journal recently interviewed Brian Conlon, president of DAX US, and Mark Asquith, managing director Captivate, to discuss working on Apple Podcast HLS support and new monetization features. You can catch the audio version of this interview over in Pod News Weekly Review. And for our final quick hit, BBC Studios has appointed Liz Baldwin as its new senior vice president, head of streaming and channels for Australia and New Zealand. That does it for today's episode. Reminder, you can find links to everything I just talked about by clicking the link in your show notes. That will take you to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to get the newsletter version sent straight to your inbox every day. Today's issue was written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, Tom Webster, and Molly DeMillier. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis, and I'll see you tomorrow.